Good morning. Happy Saturday. What's up, everybody? Look, this is the life of someone who just got back from vacation, darling. Who's nice and relaxed, darling. How is everyone feeling this Saturday morning? Welcome to the live, y'all. I just got back from vacation and it made me realize one thing. I just need to travel more. I forgot how much fun it is to travel. I get so stuck in my ways and take staycations and all of these things. I forgot how much fun it is to vacation. So y'all gonna see this a lot on my channel now. We all gonna be vacationing. Come on, we all vacationing together, darling. So happy Saturday, you guys. I'm so happy to be back. Make sure you answer the question of the day. I'm gonna get to the comments here soon. Today's live is living life on a budget. I wanted to talk about this because all we do is budget, right? That's how we live our lives. So let's talk about what that means to live your life on a budget. Things we need to keep in perspective as we live our lives on a budget. I thought that'd be a great topic for today. Like I said, I've come back from vacation, so I've gotten all kind of things to keep in perspective. You have time to think on vacation. All right, so let me get to the question of the day. And also, I want to make sure that if anyone has done the $100 challenge yet, and you want to talk about it, give us some feedback today, please go ahead and your comment, put a number 100 before your comment. That way I can see it. And then that way we'll talk about some of the things that you guys have gone through while you took the $100 challenge. If you guys don't remember, that was, could you survive on $100 between pay periods? Okay. All right, let's get to the comments and then let's put our comments on the live, darling. Let's get that going. Let's see if it'll work this time. Oh, there it is. There it is. All right. Let's pull up the question of the day. Oh, what's your biggest challenge with living on a budget right now? Drop that in the comment. Yes, right? Coming back. Listen, I come back from vacation. We have real thoughts around here, darling. What's your biggest challenge with living on a live right about now? Let's see what everyone has to say. Good morning, Lucille. Lucille says, the hardest part of budgeting for me is eating out, but I'm working on it. Amen to that. Oh my God, amen to that. Good morning, Desi. I say my biggest challenge would be trying to stick with my numbers that has been set for cash envelopes. It's not hard, I know. Oh, sticking to the numbers that's been set for those cash envelopes. Okay, I like that. Let's see who else we got in here. Hey, Ro. My biggest challenge is on payday. I feel like I deserve pasta. I'm sorry, that made me think of that song. I feel like I deserve pasta and lobster. I kind of like boil my roster. He be feeding me pasta and lobster. Come on, let's go, bro. I deserve pasta and lobster because I have worked hard all week, knowing my money is already accounted for when I get paid. You ain't got money for pasta and lobster. You got money for a biggie meal is what you got. I hear you. She said so she stick to her peanut butter jelly and bologna sandwiches. Woo, that's what we're going to talk about today. Hey, Erica, my biggest challenge is that home maintenance adulting is too expensive. Ooh, let's talk about it, okay? All right, let's see who else we got in here. Question of the day. Good morning, Wendy. Right now, the hardest part for me is that I cannot save. Speaking of adulting, no job, no money. Before that was my hubby. My hubby spends however he wants, and that gets me fired up. So I would spend too. So it's a lot of things that contributes to the hardest part to save. Okay, the hardest part of your budget. Okay, Maria, what's up? Single income, 5+ member household. Got that savior complex. I can help even if I'm drowning, and cost of living is expensive. Hold on, guys, 1 second. Oh, those are valid points. Those are valid points that we are going to talk about today. All right, good morning. Come on in, y'all. We're talking about living life on the budget. Answering that question of the day. What's the hardest part of budgeting right now? Try not to overspend. Good morning. Thank y'all all for being here and showing up. I appreciate all of y'all. Look at y'all. All right. Let's see. Here we go. My biggest challenge is food. Not in all caps. Don't do that. Growing bots can eat. Oh my God. Tell me about it. God, if you talking about these kids, they can eat. I don't know about y'all, but my daughter, I'm like, dude, how are you hungry again? Like, we just ate. You're hungry again? You're hungry? I don't understand it. Tracking is my biggest challenge. Ooh, what was that, Minnie? Oh, I feel you on that one. Let's see. Shopping online for stuff I don't need and dining out too much. Those are two big ones. Yes, two big ones. Good morning, darling. Welcome in. Yes. All right. You've done the $100 challenge, Wendy. All right. Let us know how it's going. And let me just show you guys. Let me present this. First of all, give me 1 second. Let's remove the banner. The topic for today is living life on a budget. If you guys see that, we're going to talk about that today. But I want to share with you guys, a couple weeks ago, I presented the $100 challenge. And on my Buy Me a Coffee page, I have a $100 budget sheet out there. If anybody so wishes to use it, let me just share my screen. Here it is right here. Okay. So this is the $100 survival budget planner. Anyone can go out and get a copy of it if you want to download it from my Buy Me a Coffee page. And essentially what it is if you had to live on a $100 budget, these are some things for you to track down and document to help you get through living on that budget. So if you guys want to download this and change the numbers, it doesn't have to be $100. Put in there what you so wish. But go ahead and download that today on my Buy Me a Coffee if you want to participate in that. And then I know that some of you guys said that you did participate in it. So put $100 next to your answer and let me know how it's going. Let me know how it's going. Was the $100 challenge just for a week? It was between pay periods. It was between pay periods. Let's see what Demetra says. Good morning. My biggest challenge is tracking every expense and feeling overwhelmed by not wanting to touch the money I put into savings. Oh, yeah, y'all got some good ones. Making it stretch to be enough. Oh, my gosh. Look at this. Mindy said groceries. That's my biggest challenge. Ain't that the truth? Oh, my God. Yes. All right, let's see. Oh, it's just always my biggest challenge is Christina gave us a cliffhanger. Let me see if I can see the second part. Christina, did something get cut off? I missed the rest of that sentence. That's all right. We'll get to it. All right. Yes, everybody come on in. So thank you guys so much for being here. Let's see. I did something to the comments. Here we go. Welcome, welcome. Yes, don't forget to put in your hashtag Saturday Lives. If you are new to the live, I do a giveaway every live. Putting your hashtag Saturday Live. You don't have to if you choose not to enter the giveaway. But if you do want to put in hashtag Saturday Live, at the end of the live, we will do a drawing and you will win something from my shop. Okay. So you can go ahead and enter that now. The hardest part for me is, do I save or do I pay off debt? Oh, y'all are just hitting all the things we're going to discuss today. All of the things we're going to discuss today. Today's topic is living life on a budget. Things we need to keep in perspective as we live these lives on a budget. Things we need to think about. Because I wanted to talk about this, excuse me, because more times than not, the discussion is just always centered around low income or not making enough or having a lot of debt. But we have to also remember there's a lot of people with different incomes on a budget. We all need to survive, right? So these are topics we're going to talk about today. Things we need to keep in perspective as we do these budgets, all right? All right, let's do a couple more questions of the day as you guys come in. Please hit that like button. I would greatly appreciate it. Shout out to my replay gang. Replay gang, gang, gang. If you can't make it to the lives, if you guys hear me say, shout out to the replay gang. Those are the folks that come back and watch the live once it's over. And I just got to say thank you for your support, you guys. My lives, the views on my lives are more views than my regular uploads every Sunday. And I'm not mad at it. I'm like, my God, y'all are showing up and showing out for the lives. And I appreciate it because that's one of the biggest things I want to do on my channel is grow these lives and build this community. So for that, I am thankful. So shout out to the replay gang and shout out for you guys for getting out early and joining me on these lives. Because I know for some of y'all, it's super early. Y'all need to be up early anyway. Y'all need to be up early anyway. All right, let's see. Who am I missing? All right, Jessica says, staying consistent. And now my car is broken again. I felt that one, Jessica. I felt that one. Staying consistent, because guess what happens? That car always gonna do. Ooh, don't get me started on the cars. My car can probably hear me now, so I ain't gonna talk bad. Trying to save for updating my home. What's this? Don't want to do a HELOC? What's that? Who's that? Irene? What's that mean? Y'all know I'm not good with the acronyms. Not enough money, rising prices. Okay. Yes, don't forget to hit that like button, please. Hi Rochelle, not staying on a budget with my groceries. Okay, somebody else said groceries. When I go into the store, I sometimes get carried away. And you know the hardest part is don't go into a grocery store hungry. Don't do that. Everything look good. When we were on vacation, we went to a place called the Fresh Market. I need to look up if we have that here because I am now in love with this store. It's called the Fresh Market, but I went when I was hungry. And I was about to buy everything in the deli. You hear me? You can't do that. So I got some common sense about myself. And I bought some chicken salad and some crackers. It was delicious. But I was about to buy a pepper steak. I was about to buy a cabbage roll. I was about to buy everything. So you can't do that. When you go shopping, don't go hungry. Don't do that. Hardest part, hey Marie, hardest part is my shopping habits. Not in the budget, but I like to shop. Gotta save for shopping. Save for the things that you want. Other people always trying to get in your pocket when you're trying to, who's that, Dawn? Dawn said other people trying to get in your pocket when you're trying to budget and save. Every time you try to come up, then you get into a little money. Here comes somebody. Why is that? They worse than cars. They know when you got money. Oh my God. Oh, Alicia, it was beautiful, darling. It was beautiful. Oh my gosh. We will be back. I had a great time. Thank you for asking. Let's see. Here's Christina. My biggest challenge is my impulse shopping with Shop Pay and Klarna. We talked about that. I'm still trying to put money into my Friday, but behind. Listen, we're going to do another live on those Shop Pays and Klarnas and all of the things because that's a real thing. That's a real thing. And still trying to put money into your savings shop. That's another, two topics we need to talk about. And dang it, I don't have my notebook to write it down. But those are two topics we need to talk about, especially savings challenges. Any of y'all ever beat yourself up because you can't cash up your savings challenge? It is like the end of the world, ain't it? It's like you don't want to fall behind. You can't fall behind, right? I can't let my savings challenge down. We got to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. That's a great topic to have. Okay. Christina, help me remember that one, girlfriend. All right. Tracking. Oh, she meant boys. I figured you meant boys. I figured you meant kids. Hey, Bunny, my biggest challenge is staying on task. Right. She said bots and boys, same thing. I knew when you said bots, I knew what you meant. That's too funny. Oh, my God. My second biggest challenge is resisting. Y'all, this is Erica Makes Plans. She's one of our planner chicks. She would be rich if she let go of them planning stickers. Anybody else? Any other planning and any other planner chicks in here? Y'all stop using money on them monthly sticker things. Woo, y'all be rich. I'm just trying to tell you. But I will say that I love planners. I love people who love planners and planning and stickers. And those stickers are the cutest thing. So I can see how you get lost in the stickers. I get it. All right, let's see. Impulse shopping. Yes, darling. Impulse shopping. Yes. So today, I'm going to turn the comments off for 1 second. Today, we're going to talk about just the life of a budgeter. Just living life on a budget. You know, it's hard work. Comment down below if you agree. For those of you who are budgeters, who are constantly budgeting, it's hard work. For those of you who are joining live or watching a live and you want to get on track with budgeting, but you don't know how, just know that it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of planning. You have to be consistent, and it's a lot of hard work. So today's live, I wanted to discuss that. For those of us who live our lives on a budget, there are things that we have to keep in perspective, and we can't let that budget take control of our lives. Understand what I'm saying? All right. So again, make sure you hit that like button. We're going to jump into the topic. And then also, if you haven't put in your hashtag Saturday Live, here we go right here. If you want to be a part of the giveaway, please do. We have 33 entries so far. So good deal. All right. So let's get into our first topic. First thing I want to talk about as we live our lives on the budget. Here's the first thing we want to talk about. Budget burnout is real. Okay. Everyone who is on here and you are a budgeter, Budget burnout is real. How to stay motivated when you are tired of cutting back. Now, listen to me. We are all on a budget. We are all trying to save money, but it gets tiring trying to figure out what can I cut. I've already cut all this and I still ain't got no money. So now listen, even the most disciplined budgeters hit a wall. Whether you're low income or earning more money, constantly saying no can feel draining. Let me know if you guys feel what I'm talking about. So, to stay on track, to put things in perspective, we got to talk about how to budget with joy, how to make it fun. Add those small yeses back to our budget. You ain't got to say no to everything. And avoid feeling like you can't do anything. Let me know if you guys feel that. Let me know if you've ever had budget burnout. Okay. And let me put my question, put it number one. This first question is going to be a poll. Okay. Put it number one next to your answer. Have you ever hit a wall and wanted to give up on your budget? Okay. Listen, budgeting is no joke. If you're serious about your financing, you got to be serious about budgeting and all the things that come with it. And it can lead to burnout. It really can, where you're just like, whatever. So, have you ever hit a wall and wanted to give up on your budget? Put an A in there and say, yep, I'm there now. If you're there now, let us know. B, yes, but I pushed through. It's hard though. I feel this one. Yes, I hit a brick wall, but it's hard. I keep going. C, I've built in fun to avoid it. You know, you've built in some things to avoid the burnout. Or D, budget energizes me because, hey, budgeting should make you feel a way about your finances. So maybe you haven't hit that brick wall. So put your answer down below. Let me know how you feel. And then let me get back to the comments, you guys. That budget burnout is so real. It's so real because budgeting is like a part-time job. Let me know if you understand what I feel. Budgeting is like a part-time job. You have to constantly do it. You don't do it, all hell break loose. And that don't make no sense. All right, let's see. Good morning. Let's see. Good morning. Working on my portfolio. How is everyone? Oh, how are you doing? Let me see. Amaris, knit, crochet, and sewing. Oh, okay. Your channel sounds fun. Although it doesn't seem like a bad idea, I'm putting everything towards debt and not leaving enough for fun. So feeling restricted. All right. Whitney said, amen, June. Yeah, I know what that feels like. Groceries as well. Inflation is making everything too darn expensive. Groceries so high, you might as well just go eat out. Listen, I'm just telling you how I feel. You know, back in the day, it used to be like, ooh, meal plan. Well, not if that meal plan is going to cost as much to feed my family of four. I can go to Old Charlie's and get a Tender's family meal for $25.99. You understand what I'm saying? That's why we need to have some perspective. Sometimes we got to think about the things that we do because time does change, okay? Let's see. I always buy myself lunch on payday no matter what. You treat yourself. Yes, I like that. All right, let's see. $100. I started the challenge yesterday. Pray, meditate. All right, Erica started the $100 challenge. She said, pray, meditate, and chant for me. Y'all keep Erica in y'all spirits while she do this challenge. I tried the challenge. Now, I tried it before I went on vacation. That wasn't a good idea. But I am proud of myself because I did the food portion of the challenge and I was coming up with some good meals by looking at what was already in my pantry. You guys got to remember to check your pantries, check your freezer, and make those meals around. I was so proud of that. See, that's my first thing. I don't spend a lot of money, but except on food. So I know part of this challenge is the food portion. That's the part. The other stuff, I won't spend no money on nothing if I don't have to. But eating, yeah, that's my problem right here. All right, let me see if we can get some number ones in here. Let's see. Let me scroll down here. Thank you guys for your Saturday lives. Let me see if I can get down to where the number ones are for our poll right here. Have you ever hit a wall and want to give up on your budget? Oh, here's another $100 challenge. Hold on, let's see. $100 challenge. I tried the challenge, but I spent the $100 within 2 days. Maybe I can do a 200 after I pay my bills, gas, and groceries. Now, is that Lakeitha? Lakeitha? Now, part of the challenge was that after all your bills were paid, and this is what you had left for your variable expenses. So that includes gas and groceries. Now, your bills is not included in this $100, okay? So pay all your bills and all your necessities first. And in the challenge, is that what's remaining. So groceries, gas, spending money, household items, things like that. If you want to change the amount, so be it. You change that amount. Okay. If you want to make the $200 challenge, make it the $200 challenge. Okay. But it has to include groceries and gas. That's part of the challenge. All right. That's part of the challenge. All right. Oh, wait. Home equity line of credit. All right. All right. Thank you. Y'all got to spell out the acronyms. Y'all got to spell out the acronyms. Okay, let me see if I can find some number ones. Anybody put number one? Let me go down here to the bottom. Here we go. All right. Oh, y'all, hold on. Look at this. Look at Ro has been a member for 12 months. Let's go, Ro. Listen, I want all of you guys to please go follow Ro's Budget Life. Please, she is the sweetest person you guys will ever meet. Go check her out. She's been a member of mine for 12 months. Oh my God, Ro, I'm so happy to have met you and that you are a member. Y'all, please go follow Ro. Oh my God, that's so awesome. That's so awesome. Yeah. Whoa. Okay, I can call it down. I can calm down. Shonda's been a member for 27 months. Listen, I'm about to bust into tears. I ain't got no tissue, so I can't bust into tears right now. Shonda, first of all, thank you. Y'all, make sure y'all follow Budgeting My Abundance. She's another sweet person. All my members are sweet, so they're all sweet. She's been a member for 27 months. The sweetest person. She also has items she sells on Etsy. Please go check them out, you guys. I just got the best members. Look at this. I just love you guys. And if anyone's interested in joining my membership, information is in the description box. You guys just took my breath away. Thank you so much for being members. My God, today that just took my breath away. Okay, let me see. Let me find some. I just love my members. Okay, y'all gonna make me cry. Oh my God. Hold on. Woo. Hold on. That just caught me off guard. Y'all can't catch a player off guard. I can't cry on my live. Okay. But no, seriously, that's so sweet. Okay. Ooh, let me catch my breath about me. Okay. Question was, have you ever hit a wall and want to give up on your budget? Okay. Let's see. Here we go. Yes, at least once a month. My God, today, she said at least once a month. Woo, yes. Oh, you're here now. Yes, but I see it's working, so I keep going. Oh, well, hold on. What was the question? Have you ever had one that wanted to give up? Everybody said, yep. Okay, hold on. Yes. All right. Myra said D. She said budgeting energizing her. Myra, we got to get some energy in these ladies. Oh, my God, today. Oh, Lucky Lip, I completely stopped. Okay, we need to talk about it. That is alive within itself. Okay, it energizes me. Yes. All right, let's see what June says. She says C. Oh, I built fun to avoid that. All right. It energizes me. I built fun. Desi said, yes, it's hard, but I pushed through. I feel that one. It is hard. It's hard. Whew, okay. All right, I pushed through. It energizes me. I had budget burnout in May. Listen, May was a tough month. I don't know about y'all, but May was tough. May was everything for me. May was my daughter's birthday, Mother's Day. What else happened in May? Birthdays, Memorial Day. It was so much going on in May. My daughter had her last play. It was just everything was happening in May that cost money. My brother's birthday, you name it. Everything happened in May. So yes, May what made you want to just give up on life. Just in general. Woo. Ooh. Keep going because I've seen that it works. I like that. Is that Alice? Hey, Alice. I like that. I'm saving for my trip to New York. All right, Elise, let's go. That's right. All right. Budgeting energizes me. Okay. Yes, I do, but I push through. Oh, A and B. A little mixture of both. Okay. We add some fun to it. Let's see. Energizes me. B early on, but D now. So Erica pushed through, but now it energizes her. I since moved past the burnout mode. Now it upsets me whenever I have to spend money. You went way too far. I'd upset her when she got to spend money. I hear you. Yeah, but I pushed through. Woo, yes, yes, and yes. ABC, the struggle is real. Woo, we got to talk about this. I said budget fund money when I just don't want to think about my budget. Sometimes that's tough. Sometimes we try to push that budget out the back, just push it over here. We ain't got to think about it. It's still there, You push it away. One thing about a budget, it ain't going nowhere. So you can push it away, you can ignore it, you can do whatever you want. It's going to be there. You're going to have to eventually address it. So yes, I felt that one. When you're trying to establish a plan when it's something you have never done. I'm hoping ladies can provide examples that do C. Oh, put a little fun. All right. For all you ladies that provided, let me throw them comments back up there. For all y'all who answer C and said it's fun, you got some examples on how you do that. Hold on. I'm trying to get the comments back up there. There we go. All right, let's see. Who did I miss? May is worse than December. We need a May. Kathy, we need a May envelope. Mother's Day. I think I forgot Mother's Day. Graduation, Memorial Day, last payment dues for the end of school. May is a mess. May is a mess. You are absolutely right. We need a May envelope. I'm not even joking. May came in with that force. All right, you guys. So that's our number one. We can experience budget burnout. You have to recognize it when it's happening, and you have to know how to address it, okay? Now, let's get into our second topic. You guys, if you're just coming in, we're talking about living life on a budget. We all live our lives on a budget, but you can't let that budget control you, and you just lose perspective on things, okay? So I'm going to talk about those topics that can help you stay focused. Here's the second one. Oh, okay. Budgeting when you make more money and you still feel broke. Anybody feel like this? I need everyone to understand. More money doesn't mean less stress. Like, I know everyone says they want to make more money. They think that's the answer. It's not always the answer. You still have to manage your lifestyle and what comes with making more money. Okay? So just think about this. Higher income means higher expectation, means higher the stress, okay? Without setting boundaries, that is, okay? So when you make more money, you can't do the same stuff with more money. You still gonna find yourself in the same trap. Do you understand? All right, so I need you to put a number 2 next to this question. Let's talk about it. Have you ever made more money but still felt broke? What happened? What happened? Because we always think or want to believe that more money is the answer. It is not. So put a number 2 next to your answer. Have you ever made more money but still felt broke? Do you know how many millionaires are out there that go broke because they can't manage their money? See, they're millionaires. You're thinking, oh, I can become a millionaire. That's going to solve all my problems. They go broke too. They go broke quicker than us. What is that? Because they're not managing their money. Because they think more money solves everything. It does not. All right, let me get to the comment section. Let me see how you guys are commenting here. Again, thank you so much for being here. Make sure you hit that like button if you're enjoying this conversation. Let's see. Chris said B for number 1. It gets tough, but you push through. Yes, absolutely. Thank you for your hashtag Saturday Lives. Let's see how many we have. Okay, 45 entries in the giveaway tool. All right, let's see. Oh, okay. Mindy said yes. Have you ever made more money but still felt broke? Demetra says yes. Yes, I have made more money, but then that made me spend more money. I made more money, but then that made me spend more money. I felt that one. Okay, Lynette says no. That hadn't happened, okay? Yes, made more, so spent more. Why do we do that? Why do we make more money and we spend it? I'll never forget. This happened to me. I think it was a couple years ago when I first got my promotion. With my promotion, I get a bonus. I had plans for that bonus money, but my problem is that I left it in my checking account. Never leave money in your checking account, please. That's one of the things I have to work on. I got a problem with moving money over where it belongs. I'll just let it sit. And next thing I know, it sat so dang long, I spent through all of it. I was sitting there like, I was trying to budget. I said, wait a minute, where my bonus money go? I didn't even know where it went. That's the sad part. You don't even know where it went. You can't even, account for where the money went. Oh my God, yes. This is such a thing. Yes. Look, everybody say yes, yes. Let's see. Yes, because the more you make, the more taxes they take. That's true. They take more taxes. You got to think about that too. Yes, everybody's saying yes. Yes, I did. I didn't have a plan for the money. See, that's the thing right there. When you don't have a plan for this extra money you're getting. So you guys all know when you get, a promotion at your job, you get an increase in your wages. What's the plan? What do you guys do with that? You come into a little extra money. You got a side business. What do you guys do? What's the plan? Or is it just sitting in that checking account like me? Because if it does that, it's gone. You can forget about it. It's gone. Yes, taxes take a big bite of your income when you make more. It is almost not worth it. Have you ever worked so much overtime that taxes take so much? It's like, did I just work for free? Like, and then you didn't even make as much as you thought you was gonna make because taxes takes it all. But you got to have a plan. You got to have a plan to know, okay, if I work this much, I'm not going to get this. So I only need to work this many hours and I'll get the same amount. You got to plan, right? Okay, let's see. Okay, Marie said, no, when I made more, I was more in control of my finances. All right, I like that. When I did extra routes at work, I get paid more. I put more in challenges or groceries. Okay. All right, we got another no. I was getting small raises throughout the years and my budget stayed the same, but somehow I still had to cut fun things from my budget. So you were getting a little more throughout the years. You kept your budget the same and you still had to cut from your budget. So now think about this. Was that Maria? Okay. So think about what Maria just said. She made more money. Her budget stayed the same and she still felt like she had to cut more stuff. So if you make more money, just theoretically, if you make more money, would your budget change? Should your budget change if you're making more money? Think about that. Should it stay the same? See, sometimes we got to think about that too. When there's different factors that come into our budget, we got to rethink about the things that we're doing. More money may mean that same budget may not work. It may feel like you're still spending more money out of that budget, but you got to look at where's that extra money still coming out of? If I'm making more money, how is more money still going out? Those are things we got to analyze. That's the hard part of living a life on a budget. You got to constantly analyze that dang on thing. Yes, because I wasn't budgeting. No, because I'm a natural saver. I was about to say survivor. I thought about Destiny's Child. Okay, no, because I'm a natural saver. All right. What kind of question is this? Of course, when I didn't know how to live below my means, making more but spending more. We're all guilty of it. Yes, the taxes will eat you alive. Yes, a result of pent-up wants. Oh, those wants was just. You ever been wanting stuff and then you make a little extra money and them wants take over? You ain't even had time to think about the money. Them wants is like, yeah, let's go. Them wants is ready. I felt that. Yes, because I just started spending more, no budget in place. See, that's the thing, you guys. And even if you don't make more money, you should continue to reanalyze your budget. Every few months, every 6 months, every year, take a look at it. Take a look at what's going on. Is it working? Do I need to switch things up? Doesn't have to be because of more money. Just look at how you're moving. How are you moving? Are things working still? Do I need to change my budget style? We got to be reanalyzing these budgets, even if it doesn't mean we're making more money. You got to look at your budgets and make sure it still works for you. Just because you like one budget, if it ain't working for you, don't keep using it. Understand what I'm saying? All right, let's look into number 3. That was a good one. All right, here is our third topic. This is a big one. How to save money and pay off debt without losing your sanity. This is an age-old question right here. Everyone has this struggle. So debt and savings can coexist. Okay? I know it seems like it can. I know it always feels like you got to do one or the other, but they can coexist. Hold on, let me take this banner off here. Okay. So maybe you need to change Use one of your change your budgeting method. Use one of the percentage budgeting methods to help split up your goals, like the 80-20 or the 60-20-20 or the 90-10. Maybe one of those different budgeting methods will help you. For example, 60% to bills, 20% to debt, 20% to savings. There's a way to work around your budget. You just got to look at different methods. Now, remember, start with mini wins. $100 emergency fund may not seem like a lot, but if you ain't got no money and you're able to save $100 and keep $100, oh, that's a win. Paying off your smallest credit card, that's a win. Now, listen, the key to this is you got to use trackers. You got to have those progress visuals. You ever have a tracker that's a visual tracker? You color in how far you've come. Oh, they're so helpful. And accountability. Oh my gosh. Accountability buddies is key. Now, one of the things that I like to do on this live is I like for us to all to come together as a community, right? That's the purpose of this live. So we can cheer each other on. But what happens when the live is over? Okay. Who is your buddy? Who do you go to help hype you to stay on that savings journey? Do you have someone like that in your family, friends, in the budgeting community? You need that accountability partner so that you guys can hype each other on to get that budget, to save that money, to pay off that debt. You understand what I'm saying? So let's put a number 3 next to this question. Which feels harder for you? Saving money or paying off debt? Which one is the hardest for you? And answer why. Which one is hardest for you? Like, I had someone ask me a question. I believe, I can't remember where they asked me this question. Maybe it was over here or somewhere, maybe TikTok. But they asked me which one would I do first, pay off debt or save for an emergency fund. And I answered, I'm paying off debt first. I'm absolutely paying off debt first. I'm getting out the way. That is what I did with my finances. I paid off debt first. And then I was able to be debt free, and then I could focus on my savings. So I answered that question on my TikTok. Somebody responded to me, well, that is wrong. I said, well, hold on a minute. You can't tell me what I did was wrong. So they were like, absolutely not. You have to save for your emergency. Now, that's one of the age-old questions. Which one feels harder for you, saving money or paying off debt? And I kindly responded to this person. I said, ma'am, it's not wrong. We just have what's called a difference of opinion, because no matter which journey you take, it depends on what fits your lifestyle. So that's why I want to ask you guys, which one feels harder for you, saving money or paying off debt, and why? Why is that? Okay. So put a number 3 next to your answer. And then let me come up here. Let me get some more on what you guys said to our last one. Let's see. Did I get Leona? I'm actually about to transition over to the medical field once I finish my program that starts on September. So I'm curious how it will work with a bigger income. First of all, congratulations to you. And it sounds like you're starting a new journey. And the only advice I can give you is don't get caught up in that more income. Budget it just like you would if you didn't have it. Because that's what's going to get you caught up. You start making that extra money and you start spending on stuff, and then you're back in the same place. So continue to budget. Don't get caught up and enjoy your extra money, but continue to budget. Continue to budget. Yes, made more and thought I deserved more. Didn't think about the debt. Ooh, man, that was a good comment right there. Hey, Mandy. Yes, made more, spent more. Had to start all over. That's facts. That's so facts. Yes, which is why I started budgeting. Too many uncounted for dollars. I really didn't realize how much of my money I was wasting until I started budgeting. It's an eye-opener for sure. Hi, Amy. Welcome. It's an eye-opener for sure. Yes, taxes and no longer qualify for Medicaid, so it all goes to health insurance now. Woo. Big chunk of it. Look at this. Increase your 401k. You make extra money at work. Try to put a little bit more in your 401k if your employer has a match. If not, look into a Roth IRA. But definitely. All right. Hey, Ricky. Okay. Yes, that lifestyle creep is real. It's real. All right. Let's see if we got any number 3s. Thank you guys so much for being here. Don't forget to hit that like button. I hope you're enjoying this live. And then let me see if I can see some number threes. Hey, Fred, good morning. Trackers are my visual realization of my progress. Trackers are so helpful. Trackers are so helpful, you guys. Now, I know some of y'all may not like coloring or doing all the things, but try it. If you ever tried coloring a progress tracker, it is so satisfying. Try new things. You visual, and maybe you ain't got a color. Maybe you can do a little something online that'll color it in for you. However you do it, when you see it visually, how much you save, how much progress you made, oh my God, it's so satisfying, so rewarding. It makes you want to push harder. I'm telling you, just give it a try. I got trackers on my Buy Me a Coffee page. They're free. Go download them. Go download them and get started. All right, let me see if I can find a number three. All right, here we go. Which feels harder for you, saving money or paying off debt? Let's go. Mindy says, saving money is hard because I need to pay off the debt. Uh-oh. Mindy says saving money is hardest because I got to pay off that debt. Oh, I like that one. Paying off debt is harder for me. It's hard seeing money leave my account. That's facts. That's facts. We don't want to see that hard-earned money we saved. We don't want to see that go. That ain't fair. We worked hard. Saving money, okay? Bill always needs me to pay for something that broke or whatever. Okay, so saving money is harder. Saving money, too many bills. So saving money is harder, okay? Miss J said trackers are my favorite, yeah. Paying off debt is harder because I keep using them, but I am in a 5-year journey to pay them off. And Look what Marie just said. Paying off debt because I keep using them, but I'm in a 5-year journey to pay them off. I felt that one. Yeah, paying off debt is harder when you keep using it. Oh, that was a good point right there. Paying off debt is harder because as soon as I pay it off, I charge it on that. Rochelle and Marie said the same thing. That's why that's hard, because as soon as I pay it off, I'm spending it right again. And it's just the same vicious cycle. Oh, I felt that one. Saving. I hate having debt. Yeah, we all do. Paying off debt feels harder. I'm on the debt payoff stage of my budget, but I like seeing the savings grow more. It's a beautiful feeling when your savings grow and you watch it grow, but then that damn debt is over here whispering in your ear. It's like, it's like a little gnat. Oh my God, I cannot stand it. I saw that one. Let's see. Alice says, saving is harder for me. Huh. Saving money. There is always something that comes up. I even have an envelope for that. Listen, I felt that. Something always. Why always? Why does something always have to come up? Not some of the time come up, but always. That's enough to make, real talk though, that's enough to make you frustrated and just make you say, whatever, forget it. Because that's one of those things that, we got to learn how to deal with, right? That's the hardest part of it. That can affect your mental so bad when something always comes up. It's mostly that car. All right, let's see. Faith, we should get together. Faith, we should get together. Oh man, I maybe missed that. Saving, I know that when I pay my bills, it's going towards my debt. I feel like I never have enough to set aside to save. Paying off debt because I'm like, which one do I need to eliminate first? That's hard. This is a hard question. Paying off debt, them bills is high and have existed longer than I've been saving. I'm lucky my daughters help me stay on track. They encourage you. Hi, Linda. Yeah, when you have family that encourage you and help you, oh man, that can really help you get through this. Yeah, I felt that one. Paying off debt when I keep using credit cards and impulse shopping. That's one of the hardest challenges. I know you guys have said that. That's one of the hardest challenges when it comes to paying off debt. It's using the cash for those purchases to let that card go. Don't use that card and use the money to save. That's why, you guys, one of my mottos, and you'll hear it. I have challenges. Save for the things that you want. And most of my budget is built upon saving for the things that I want, because I've been there. I've been in so much credit card debt, paying it off, putting it back on there, paying it off, where I finally was like, enough is enough. I'm not doing this crap no more. You know how you do something, you're like, I'm done. I'm not doing it. How long are we going to keep doing this? I'm telling you, when you start saving for the things that you want and you just let those cards go, it is the best feeling. But you got to get there. I feel this. I feel that answer. I have been working on paying off debt, and it is hard because it seems I will never pay it off. But I still save. And you will get the debt paid off. You will get that debt paid off. Just got to have a plan in place. You got to set yourself a time frame. I'm paying this amount off in 1 year on this date. You got to have that discipline. You'll get it paid off. You got to have that discipline. All right, that was a good one. All right, let's get to our number 4 topic, living life on the budget. Oh my gosh, I hope you guys are enjoying this topic. All right, number 4, here we go. Single budget versus a family budget. Why they hit different? Now, we got to know the difference. And the reason I wanted to talk about this is because so many of us, we may follow different YouTubers or different people versus financial channels, or we may watch the news, or whoever it is, it may be somebody in our personal life. We may follow their budgeting journey and try to align our budgeting journey with theirs, but we have to remember there's different circumstances. So I wanted to talk about this. So a single budget versus a family budget, why they hit different. Why you can't always follow what someone else is doing, because there's different circumstances. Now, if you're single, every dollar is yours to manage. But that also means every decision, mistake, or sacrifice falls solely on you. So if you are out there, if you're single, you're doing this all on your own, you've got to remember this. You often have more flexibility, but fewer safety nets, okay? So saving money and paying off debt as a single person means you must build your own motivation and accountability, all right? Now, versus our family budgeters. When you're managing a family, you often have more expenses and responsibility, but also more motivation to stay disciplined. Understand what I'm saying? You may not have the freedom to shift your budget overnight like somebody who's a single budgeter, but you learn quickly how to stretch every dollar. So I wanted to bring that up because there is some differences, especially in our group here. Some of us may be single budgeters. It's just us, but that don't make it easier. It makes it easier to overspend. As opposed to a family budgeter, you got that motivation. You got a reason why you got to get that budget together. You got a family to take care of. So it's not so easy to shift because you got to think about those people you got to take care of. So I want you guys to remember that as you're on your journey. Yes, you can gather inspiration from others. You can gather inspiration from this channel and myself, but always make sure it aligns with your circumstances, okay? So I want you to put a number 4 in here. Do you budget solo or for your whole household? And what's the hardest part about it? So drop in the comments here. Are you a single budgeter? Or are you a family budgeter? And what's the hardest part about keeping that budget in order? Put that in the comments here. Let me know how you feel about that. And when I saw that comment, I had to address that, because sometimes, you know, when we're on our journeys and we're trying to figure it out, we haven't started budgeting yet. We're trying to figure out who to follow, who to gain inspiration from. Sometimes you got to think about those different factors. And family budgeting, if you're a single budgeter following someone who has a family, it may not fit your needs. So you got to always make sure budgeting fits your needs, okay? All right, let's get back to the comment section here. Let's turn our comments back on. Let's see what y'all got to say about this. Let me get the comments back up here. Hold on one second. All right, I'm going to look for number 4. Okay, and let's see. Let me come back up here. Oh, wait, what did Mandy say for number 3? Both. This is for which one is harder, saving money or paying off debt? Mandy says both, but changing my mindset. Paying off debt is a reminder of my mistakes, but is reliving to watch it go down while saving small amounts begin to grow is rewarding. Oh my God, I felt like I couldn't read at that moment, but I got what you're saying. I got what you're saying. Oh my God. Like Chris says, budgeting, because once you get in the medical field, all money wasting opportunities comes your way. Yes. Oh my God. Yes. I love trackers. Coloring relaxes me. When I see the progress, it motivates me. Oh my God. Yeah. I love a good tracker. Oh, I love coloring. Coloring soothes me. I can't, y'all should see me coloring in my trackers. I can't color worth a, you know what? But something about getting my different colors, especially when I'm tracking my expenses, highlighting different colors, it's just you're coordinating your expenses. It's just I don't know. I can't explain it. Only those of y'all who do it understand what I'm saying here. Okay, let me get back to some of this. Paying off debt. Which one is hardest? Let's see. Paying off debt. First budget ever and 225 at 56 and want to retire in the next year. Have paid 2 credit cards off and have 2 to go. Let's go. 17,000 is what you got left. Oh, you got this. Come on, you got this. Just don't add to it. See, your mission is to pay those last 2 off. Don't add to it. Do your best to budget so you do not add to that remaining debt. Because 17,000, you can get that out of here. All right, let's go. All right, let me look for some number 4s. Oh, it's 10:53. Okay, we got to start to wrap up. Let's get to number 4 here. Do you budget solo or for your whole household? And what's the hardest part? Let's see. Wendy says both. Started by myself, but now I am trying vainly to help Bill with his. Okay. So you started by yourself. Now you're trying to help your listen, for those of you who have, a partner, significant other, a spouse, it's one thing to budget for yourself. It's another to budget with someone else, and they may not be on the same, route as you are when it comes to your financial journey. Oh, I know that's tough. That's a tough one. Single budgeter, having enough money to pay all my bills is the hard part. Solo, the hardest part is the income is solely up to me. Yes. I saw a meme that said, what did it say? I want to have a two income budget, but live by myself or something like that. Because I'm telling you what, I would love it if I had someone to help me pay half the mortgage, half the car note, half the bills, but I still live by myself. Is that possible? Woo, family, dang, kids expensive with college and high school expenses. Oh my gosh. The high school expenses. If you got little ones on here, I beg of you, please start saving for them now. I don't care if they are in kindergarten. I don't care if they are in diapers. Start putting money away now. Like Mandy said, when high school get here, okay, let me calm down. Oh, hell, let's go break loose. Oh, my God, for the love of Pete. Start saving now is all I'm good. Don't say you didn't hear it from me. Start saving now. Family budget. The hardest part is reining in a spouse who wants to spend. That's tough. That's tough when you have a significant other who doesn't understand your budgeting journey. Or that just, I'm not going to say they don't understand it. They just have to get to a point where they see how budgeting is important. So that's tough. I get that one. Family and budgeting. It's hard for me because I don't have sinking funds. I really should start. Oh my God, sinking funds. Sinking funds is very important to me. Sinking funds is what helped me get out of debt. And they're very important. They really do help. So Marie, yes, I encourage you. Start, even if it's just your top 5. Don't go crazy. Don't go crazy. Work your way up. Don't start off with a whole bunch of sinking funds or you can find yourself in the same dilemma. Budgeting for a family is hard because there are more needs. More needs than a solo person. Okay. I'm single and I don't like debt. None of us do. So I'll be cautious with spending. Yes. Single budgeting, hard staying off Amazon. Y'all, let me tell you something about Amazon. Me and Amazon was like always together. But then when them tariffs hit and those extra charges came about, I ain't bought nothing. It's one thing to help you stay on budget. When I tell you I ain't bought nothing from Amazon in over a month, honey, I ain't bought nothing. I ain't had a package delivered or nothing. Ain't it funny how some things will make you stop spending money? I'm just telling you. Solo budget, I set my own restrictions. Solo, hardest part is income because I'm still low income. Family, hardest part is prioritizing when decisions have to be quick. We're raising grandkids, so there are a lot of variables to consider. I like that. Family, those decisions have to be made quick. It's not a solo budget when you got time to think and prance around and wait to the last minute, because you can do that when you're single. You can wait to that last minute. When you're a family, them decisions got to be made quick. I like that. I say I'm both, okay? Widow and doing well. All right, yes. Family, hard as his husband isn't getting on board, wants to do stuff all the time. I try to explain to him once debt is paid off, more money for me to budget for fun. Now, you know what? You know what? And we don't have a lot of time here. And I want to talk about this. You guys, I had so many topics I said I want to talk about this live, and I didn't bring my notebook to write them down. So I got to try to remember them. But family budgeting is one we need to dive deeper into, because when Mindy just said, your husband want to do stuff or your wife may want to do stuff all the time. It's hard for them to understand. We got a budget for this phone. We got to pay off. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. Sometimes is it better to try to, if this is what they want to do, is it better to try to work that into the budget as opposed to trying to keep getting them to try to understand, we got to pay off this first? Y'all let me know. We'll talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's like, let me see how I can figure how to work this in. This is what they like to do. Now they gotta reel it in, but still, you know, that balance. How do you do that? Oh, we need to talk about family budgeting. Damn it, I wish I had my notebook. If somebody remembered these things I said, can you please email me? Okay, let's see. Single, lost a portion of income due to disability. No one to help me make up the difference. That's tough, isn't it? That's tough. All right, let's see. Solo, hardest part. Having enough money to pay for life now and in the future. Oh my God. Forget about what she said in the future too. We forget about that. Let's see. I'm a family budgeter. My priorities change frequently because there's so many things to budget for. Debt payoff takes a back seat quite often because someone else in the family has a need. Who is that? Crafty nurse? I felt that. Sometimes debt got to take a back seat because your child's in the school play and they need $300 for this play. You understand? Or, you know, this has to get fixed. You got to help your child pay rent because they struggling. So your debt take back seat. Oh, I understand that one. All right, let's get into our final topic of the day. Let me take this one off. This is, again, this live was about living life on a budget. We live our lives on the budget, but these are things we gotta consider. We gotta keep a perspective on as we live our lives on a budget. Things we gotta think about so that budget doesn't control us. And this fifth topic is just tools to help you stay consistent, no matter your income. These are things you got to think about. Now, we all know this. Some of us, we have those physical tools. We like our cash envelopes. We like our sinking funds binders. We love our budget trackers. Some of us have those digital tools. We talked about this last week, and I am going to do a live on this. I'm going to find a digital app that we can all walk through, so we can just kind of get an understanding. For those of us who like physical tools, we're going to take a look into the digital world. But, Erica, those of us who like our digital tools, we're going to take a look into the physical world too. And we're gonna take a look at both. If we don't use either, let's look at them, see how they can help. Okay. Now, those mental tools, we got to have mindset check-ins. You got to check. Remember I said you got to check your budget every few months, every 6 months, every year. You got to have mindset check-ins. Those of you who said you make more money, but you still got the same amount of money coming out, we got to check in. We got to figure out why that is. We need affirmations, y'all. Affirmations are so positive and so helpful. Find you a site that sends you an affirmation every day to keep you on track. And accountability. Find you an accountability buddy. We are all here as a community to keep ourselves accountable, but find you an accountability buddy. Maybe it's someone that just keeps you going, keeps you motivated on why you're doing it. And we got to have an emotional tool. Grace over guilt. Remember, everyone, remember, it's okay to fail. We may not always get it right. Hell, we may never get it right, but keep trying. Don't give up. Do not give up, because that's when your budget, your money has won. Okay? It's okay to fail. Everyone, that's your affirmation for today. It's okay to fail. All right? All right. So now I'm going to pull up not the budgeting tool. I'm going to pull up the giveaway tool. Okay? We got 54 entries. All right. Let me go ahead and get that started because we're over time. And if you haven't put in your hashtag Saturday Live, you have time. Because y'all know this take me a minute. Here we go. All right. Here we go. Giveaway tool. All right. Good luck, everyone. All right. So if you're new here, this is the giveaway that we do every week. You will win something from my shop if you are the winner. So let's see who is our winner today. Iris. excuse me, Irene. Congratulations. All right. Now, Irene, let's go to the picker wheel. This is all the items up for grab. Let me shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. And let's spin the wheel to see what Irene has won today. You have until next week, next Saturday, to reach out to me by email. Or if you follow me on Instagram, you can let me know which prize you want there or how to get the prize to you. All right, my Letter Dollar Challenge Tracker is one of my favorite savings challenges. Saving every dollar adds up. All right, Irene. So please make sure to reach out to me. And let me put my email up here just in case you guys don't have it. Whenever you have questions or want to reach out to me, here's my email. This is the best way to reach me. Or if you're on Instagram, you are more than welcome to DM me over there. But email is always the better way. And I say that because my email comes right to my phone, so I'll see it. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed the live today. Let me get some final comments here. Let's turn this off here. Let me get down here to some final comments. We got our congratulations in order here. Thank you, Chris. Great topic as always. Oh, thank you, Marie. Thank you for being here. You guys, I am headed to Mini Me's dance recital. So I'm getting ready to do that. So that should be fun. Listen, and then I think all of her events are over for the summer until school starts back. So I get a little break. Yes, the family has different styles. Some are saving, some are spenders, all pay their bills, but want to be spontaneous and do things. It's a struggle. It's a struggle. Don't forget to hit the like button on your way out, please. Thank you so much. Topic 5 will make a good budgeting series, several weeks to cover each topic in depth. Thank you so much. I am going to do that. I hate y'all know I am no good when I don't have my notebook next to me. So I'm going to have to watch this live again and write down all of the topics, because I do agree with you. That would be a great series. And again, if anyone ever has any questions or suggestions for the live, any topics, please, in my description box, please fill out my questionnaire. If there's anything you ever want to talk about, please let me know. What did Erica say? Chris, you know I'm too lazy for... Erica. We're going to try digital. Listen, you guys. Erica makes plans. She is our digital budgeter. She's strictly digital. So if we try digital, we got to hold Erica accountable, and she's got to try cash. I can't wait for that challenge. All right, you guys. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed this live, and I will see y'all back here next Saturday. Bye.